Well, here's our Sundowner, but there's a few pieces missing. Hi, I'm Dave. Welcome back to 65 Fab. When we picked up the car, we pretty much just shoved all the various bits and pieces into the back of the van so we could get it home, and then just recently I pulled everything out and cleaned everything out of the back so that I could actually see what we were dealing with and get a good feel for the car overall. And what that's left us with is a whole bunch of parts sitting over here. So let's have a quick walk through and see what we've got and what we still need to get. Perhaps first and foremost is the block. This is the matching numbers block for the car. All that's left though is the block and the pistons, and we've got some parts down here that we'll look at in a second. Really, as far as I am aware, I think the only part of everything we've got is going to be the block. That's all we'll use, and we'll get it turned into an engine. This engine was a 302, is a 302. My thoughts are we'll probably look to get it stroked out to a 351, put some alloy heads on it, and really just get someone to build me a nice motor with a little bit of poke, but not anything silly. Down here, while the car doesn't have any heads, it does have all the rocker arms and tie rods, but again, to the best of my knowledge, I think they're all going to be junk. I don't think anyone's going to want these when they're building my new engine, but until they tell me otherwise, I may as well keep them. We have the original rocker covers for the engine. I doubt we'll be using those, but what I do like is that we've got the original air cleaner. With a bit of a cleanup, I'm kind of leaning towards it'd be kind of cool if we could keep the original air cleaner on the engine to keep that sort of factory look, assuming it will fit on the whatever carby gets selected. I think it's kind of cool. We've also got the oil pump, oil pickup. We've got the crank, and we've got the cam. I don't imagine the cam's going to be used, and the sump. Honestly, I don't know what parts, if any of these, perhaps the crank, will get used, but for now I'll keep them until whoever builds me the engine tells me otherwise. We've got a couple of radiators. Importantly, we've got the original shroud for the car, so that's cool. But we've got a couple of radiators, so hopefully we can, between the two, use the tanks and get it re-cored, and we'll have a reasonable, be able to have a good radiator. We've also got the radiator brackets, which is kind of nice because these things are expensive. So a bit of a clean-up, and they should come up okay. We've got the engine mounts, so that's good. And this, maybe someone in the comments can tell me what this is. It's heavy, looks important, but I actually have no idea what it is. It's a big bracket, so if somebody knows, please put it in the comments. We've even got the little 4.9 badges and the Ford badges, but if we make the engine a 351, that'll become a 5.8, but still nice to have them. And then the rest, we've got the 7-blade fan, that'll clean up, potentially usable. And then various, got the harmonic balancer, timing chain cover. Again, I don't know if any of this would be used, I seriously doubt it. And the various bolts from the engine. So really, as far as I can tell, apart from the sump and the block and perhaps the crank, I don't think much is going to be used at all. But it's good to have them. I have a feeling that there's actually parts of two cars here, which I'm not complaining about, but I'm pretty sure, and I'll check when I go back to the workshop, but I'm pretty sure that the current doors, we already have the window mechanisms in them, so I think these are spares, but again, nice to have. We've got 4 handles, only one of them actually isn't broken, so good for parts, but I think ultimately they might end up being junked down the path. And a few, in fact, these panels, I know what these are, this is these are the sides of the spare tyre holder that goes under the floor of the car. Somebody evidently at some point has planned to put a much fatter tyre there so it wouldn't fit, so it's all been cut out. So I'll have to make a whole new one of those, and that'll be a good little side project. But yeah, we'll do that so that we'll basically use these sides and put it all back together and try and make it as close to factory as we can. Similarly, we've got lights from, well, these ones actually not in bad nick, they'll clean up. We've got a few spares of the side light for the front fender. And we've got 4 of these are the rear lights, and we've actually got 4 of them. I think the black ones are the original for the Sundowner, but again, having spares doesn't do any harm. And then, as you would have seen in the earlier video, the entire dashboard is missing. So what we have, I do have the original GS dash, the gauges cluster, and this I believe is the original out of the car. I'm sure it is the original out of the car, and it says that the car's done 163,000 kilometres, so it's not too bad really. But then if we look, the glove box is actually in reasonable nick, but I don't have the surround for these gauges. That's going to be a bit tricky. I'm hoping to I found some on a marketplace that has one, so I'm hoping I'll be able to get that. And then we look at the main dashboard. This is upside down, but one of the reasons these are so hard to find is the plastic just becomes so brittle, it literally is just in pieces. So I'm going to need to find, and I'm searching now, again, I've got a guy on marketplaces helping me to look, but we're going to need to find this entire dash assembly. And then what I think I'll do is I'll actually keep the steel, I'll strip it down and keep the steel, because that'll be good for test fitting onto the car. Because frankly, I have no idea how it fits, and so if I do manage to find a new dashboard, I don't want to be risking that in trying to fit it in and out. I'll use the steel of this one, get it all together, know what I'm doing, and then we can put the new one in. You know, even if we have to repair whatever one we can get, unfortunately this one here is just not repairable because there's just too many pieces missing. But we do have, I've got 3 of these, which is nice. I'll be able to make hopefully 2 good ones out of these little side vents. That's from an XB, so that's not part of this car, but it's good to have. I've got the clock, that's good. I don't know if it works, we'll find out. And I've got the clock surround, but if you look at you know, this centre vents, for instance, it's pretty much knackered. All the plastic's broken on the edges, so there's going to be a bit to find. We've got the original ashtray, that's kind of good. I think that's the top. I think that's the top or the bottom of the ashtray, one of the two. So we've got parts, but yeah, really from a dash perspective, we're going to be on the hunt. We do, however, have the various vents. We've got the heater box and the venting system, and it all seems to be there. I cleaned this out yesterday. I don't know how clear it is to see all this, but it is actually in pretty good nick. You know, and assuming that the motor works, I'll be able to you know, restore all of this heater box, and it's in quite nice condition. I'll just get the heater core, like the little heater radiator. I'll get that checked, but I think it should be okay. So that's a nice win. So most of the parts are there from that perspective. We've got all the loom, yeah, a couple of extra fender bits here. This is not from the car, but it's in really good condition. That's the plenum cover. So all told, you know, there's going to be a lot of parts that I still need to find. The main part being the dash and the interior. You'll see there, we've got these interior trims. They're certainly not from the Sundowner. I think they must be from whatever the other car was that some of these parts are from. Because the Sundowner, this has, I think it's called Camel, is the colour of the trim. But they're minor things. I'm quite confident we'll be able to work through and find all those. But for now, I'll get all of these, box them up, keep them as safe as I can, because it's going to be a while before, probably at least a couple of years before we're actually going to need them. And I'll keep hunting marketplace. So again, thanks for joining me on this video. Hope you enjoyed it. It's just a quick one today, but please hit the subscribe button and come along for the ride, and before too long we'll be getting into the actual panels. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.